Hi children, welcome to class 7. Subject Social Science, Unit 1, Geography, Part 3. Today I am going to continue the same lesson from Geography. The name of the topic is Interior of the Earth. So far, we have completed the topic Layers of Earth, Earth Movements, Earthquake. Isn't it? Today we are going to study the topic volcanoes. Let us move on the lesson.
Volcanoes. Volcanoes na enna? In Tamil, what we are saying? Volcanoes na எரிமலை அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். Volcanoes na enna? எரிமலை. So எரிமலை அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா, a volcano is a vent or an opening in the earth crust through which hot magma erupts from deep below the surface. We all know that in interior of the earth, the layer mantle is fully covered with magma. This magma comes out in the opening of the earth crust. This is known as volcanoes. Okay, and these volcanoes are usually in the circular form, but in some places it's like a long crack or fissure. Okay, from that fissure also the steam and other materials can flow out. Look at the clipping, children. This is the volcano. You can see that the magma erupts from the deep below of the surface of the earth. Next one is, what is magma? Magma is the molten rock material within the earth. Because of high pressure inside the earth, the rocks also can be melt. This molten rock material within the earth together with gases is called the magma. When this magma come out from the earth and it rises to the surface, then it is called as a lava. And vent is the opening or mouth of the volcano through which this magma comes out. Clear, children? And the top of this cone is usually marked by a funnel shaped depression which is called a crater. So look at this picture, children. You can see that the shape of the open of this cone is like a funnel. Okay, this funnel shaped depression is called as a crater. What is that? Crater. If crater of the volcano is great of size and is shaped like a basin, is called the caldera. Look at this picture, children. This crater is really in a great size and also it looks like wider than the first one. Okay, then it is called the caldera. These calderas are caused by the violent explosions of the volcano. Okay, next we are going to learn about causes of volcanic activity. So இந்த volcanic activity ஏற்படுறதுக்கான காரணங்கள் என்னென்ன, இந்த எரிமலை ஏற்படுவதற்கான காரணங்கள் என்னென்ன அப்படிங்கிறத இப்போ நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். First, this is the volcanic mountain. When the depth increases for every 35 meter, the temperature will increase by 1 degree centigrade. So ஆழம் வந்து அதிகமாக டெம்பரேச்சரும் வந்து அதிகமாகுது. We all know that when we are boiling water at home, it will start boiling at 100 degrees centigrade, isn't it? But this magma is in 700 degrees centigrade to 1200 degrees centigrade. Because of this high temperature, there is also a great pressure. At a depth of about 15 kilometer, the pressure is about 5 tons per centimeter square of rock. Because of this, the rocks inside the earth is in the semi-molten state, which is known as magma. The magma under great pressure has the capacity to dissolve the great volume of gas. In some gases are also combustible, that is it can burst. Okay, this make volcanic material burst forth to the weak spots in the earth crust. The fact given in your book is the scientific study of volcanoes are called volcanology and the people who study volcanoes are called volcanologists. Clear, children? Now we are going to learn about nature of volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption ஓட தன்மை என்னென்ன அப்படின்றத பார்க்க போகிறோம். Sometimes magma rises slowly to the surface and spread over a vast area. This is known as fissure eruption. ஸோ magma என்ன பண்ணுன்னா வெடித்து செதறாமல் மெல்லமாக அந்த earth surfaceக்கு வந்து வெளியில் வரும். ஓகே, that is known as fissure eruption. Fissure eruption. Because of this, some plateaus and plains have been formed. Example is Deccan Plateau in India and the Columbian Plateau in North America formed like this. If you take a look on this video clip, you can see that the magma is slowly spread on the surface of the earth. Unless like this, if the magma rises quickly to the surface, lava is thrown high into temperature with lava, ash, steam, gases and pieces of rocks also thrown out. This type of eruption is known as explosive eruption. You can see the video clipping. The terrible explosion on the island of Krakatoa in Indonesia is the example of explosive type of eruption. Next we are going to see about the viscosity of volcanic material. The viscosity of volcanic material, that is the magma. Clear children? Viscosity na the பிசுபிசுப்புன்னு இருக்கிற தன்மை. ஓகேவா? For example, honey has high viscosity. Like a oil, honey also having the high viscosity. So it flows slowly, whereas water has low viscosity, it flows easily. ஸோ நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு பிளேட்லேயோ எதுலேயோ தேனையும் தண்ணியும் வந்து ஊற்றி பார்க்கும்போது எது வேகமாக ஃப்ளோ ஆகும்? வாட்டர் தான் வேகமாக ஃப்ளோ ஆகும். தேன் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்லோவாக ஃப்ளோ ஆகும். இதுக்கு காரணம் என்னன்னா, இது ரெண்டு பொருட்களுக்கு இடையே உள்ள விஸ்காசிட்டி தான் காரணம். ஓகேவா? அதே மாதிரி தான் இந்த மேக்மாவும் இதோட டிஃப்ரெண்ட் விஸ்காசிட்டினால இதோட ஃப்ளோ வந்து மாறுபடுது. த விஸ்காசிட்டி ஆஃப் லாவா இஸ் டிட்டர்மைன்ட் பை த அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் சிலிக்கா அண்ட் வாட்டர் இன் மேக்மா. ஆக்சுவலி திஸ் மேக்மா இஸ் மேட் அப் ஆஃப் சிலிக்கா அண்ட் வாட்டர். Silica and water. So high viscosity lava is rich in silica. If the magma having rich silica means it cannot flow easily. Because of the low content of water, it can't flow easily. But it moves rapidly, forming smooth flows when the water level is more. When the viscosity is very low, lava has little silica but a lot of water. Next we are going to see about types of volcanoes. On the basis of shape, there are three types of volcanoes. First one is shield volcano, and second one is cinder cone volcano, and third one is composite volcano. First we are going to see about shield volcano. A shield volcano is formed by a quiet eruption of lava with a low silica content. I already told you, if the silica content is very low means it can flow easily, because if the silica content is low means the water content will be high, so it can easily flow. And in that shield volcano, magma flows very quietly and it spread over a large area. Clear children? Such a volcano has a wide base and a cone with a gentle slopes. Hawaii Islands are having this type of shield volcano. This is the picture of shield volcano. And next we are going to see about cinder cone volcano. Cinder cone volcano. The meaning of cinder is tunnel. நெருப்பு tunnel சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, அதுதான் cinder. Silica rich magma traps gases inside the volcano until enough pressure is built to push the magma out of the earth crust. அதாவது in this cinder cone volcano, it has silica rich magma, and this silica rich magma trapped gases inside the volcano. So when it has more pressure, then it will come out to the earth crust. So this volcano waiting to get the pressure to burst. Okay, when this type of volcano erupts, it shoots gases, ashes, etc. If you see the video clip, you can understand it very well. When this like eruption happening, it will shoot the gases and ashes with great force, and it spreads several kilometers up into the atmosphere. Such volcanoes have steep slopes and are made of cinder and ash. They are known as cinder cone volcanoes, and the volcanoes of Mexico and Central America belongs to this group. And next we are going to see about composite volcano. Composite volcanoes are made of alternative layers. Alternative layers means one layer is lava and then cinder and then ash. Like this, the layers are changing. They are also called as stratovolcano. St. Helens is an example of composite volcano. And now we are going to see how the volcanoes are grouped. Volcanoes are grouped according to their periodicity of eruptions, such as active, dormant, extinct. அதாவது அது எந்த அளவு ஆக்டிவ்ல இருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறத பேஸ் பண்ணி இந்த வால்கனோஸ் வந்து 3 டைப்ஸாக பிரிச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. ஒன் இஸ் ஆக்டிவ், the next one is dormant and extinct. These names refers to the state of activity rather than the types of volcano. It's not a type of volcano, it is based on the state of activity. Active volcanoes that erupt frequently are called active volcanoes. So frequent-ஆ வந்து எக்ஸ்ப்ளோஷன் நடந்துகிட்டே இருக்கிற வால்கனோஸை வந்து ஆக்டிவ் வால்கனோஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த ஆக்டிவ் வால்கனோஸ் லை இன் த பசிபிக் ரிங் ஆஃப் ஃபயர் பெல்ட் விச் லைஸ் அலாங் த பசிபிக் கோஸ்ட். ஸோ தேர் ஆர் அபவுட் 600 ஆக்டிவ் வால்கனோஸ் இன் த வேர்ல்ட். எக்ஸாம்பிள், Mount Stromboli in Mediterranean Sea and St. Helens in USA and Pinatubo in Philippines. These are the example for active volcanoes. And Mauna Loa in Hawaii is the world's biggest active volcano, and the size of this volcano is 3,255 meters. We know that Stromboli is the active volcano and it is known as the lighthouse of Mediterranean Sea. Why they are calling so? Because we all know about lighthouse, right? So lighthouse means it's always flashing light, isn't it? Like that, this Stromboli also always inactive and also flashes light. For that only it is called as a lighthouse of Mediterranean Sea. Next we are going to see about dormant volcanoes. These volcanoes are also known as sleeping volcanoes. Why? Because of this is now shown no sign of activity, but it may become active at any time. For that only they are saying it's a sleeping volcano. Vesuvius mountain of Italy, Mount Fujiyama in Japan and Mount Krakatoa of Indonesia are famous example of this type of dormant volcanoes. And next one is extinct. The top of extinct volcano mountains have been eroded. So extinct means it's live out their life. Hereafter it will not become, it cannot be erupts. So Mount Poba of Myanmar and Mount Kilimanjaro and Mount Kenya of Africa are the example of extinct volcanoes. Next we are going to see about distribution of volcanoes in the world. In which places in the world volcanoes are originate. So volcanoes are located in a clearly defined pattern around the world. They are closely related to the region that have been intensively folded or faulted. So ரெண்டு கண்டங்கள் சேர்ற இடத்துல faulted areasல தான் நம்ம maximum volcanoes வந்து இருக்கு. There are 3 major zones of volcanic activities in the world. They are, first one is the circum-Pacific belt, the second one the mid-continental belt, and the third one is the mid-Atlantic belt. First one is circumbelt. Look on this map, children. The red color covered area, this is known as Pacific Ring of Fire. In this area, they estimated that they are having 2/3 of the world volcanoes. This area is known as the circumbelt. And next one is mid-continental belt. Mid-continental belt means it lays in the middle of the continental areas. This is the volcanic zone of convergent continental plate boundaries. அதாவது கண்டங்கள் வந்து ஒன்றோடு ஒன்று இணையிற இடத்துல வந்து ஏற்படுற ஃபோல்டட்னால ஏற்படுற வால்கனோஸை தான் நம்ம இங்கே வகைப்படுத்தியிருக்காங்க. The examples are Alpine mountain chains, the Mediterranean Sea and the fault zone of Eastern Africa. The important volcanoes are Vesuvius, Stromboli, Etna, Kilimanjaro and Kenya. Surprisingly, the Himalayas have no active volcanoes at all. So in this region only our Himalayans range of mountains located, but surprisingly there is no active volcanoes in our Himalayan region. And next we are going to see about Mid-Atlantic Belt. This belt represents the divergent boundary of plates located along the Mid-Atlantic ridges. So volcanoes of this area are mainly of fissure eruption type. Fissure eruption type means I already told you about this fissure eruption type, isn't it? When the magma flows quietly on the surface of the earth, it is known as the fissure eruption. It is not a combustible. வெடிச்சு செதறாம பொறுமையா வந்து படியிறது. ஓகேவா? This type of volcanoes are located in this mid-Atlantic belt. Iceland is the most active volcanic area and is located on the mid-Atlantic ridge. St. Helena and Azores Island are other example. So here we are completing our topic volcanoes.